1.
The return to the ring for Alan Minter. To the same ring, the same arena, where in September last he lost his world title to Marvin Hagler amid scenes of bad temper, confusion, ill feeling, bad scenes. Minter has publicly admitted he was disgusted with his performance that night and now is trying to re-establish himself among the top middleweights of the world. And the man he has to face, and it seems to me like a pretty tough order for his first fights in September, is Ernie Singletary of Philadelphia. And it's a famous maxim in the fight game: if they come from Philadelphia, you can bet they're tough fighters. Minter, the southpaw. Minter has said, "I've gone back to school and started again." He tried to fight it out with Hagler, and he got himself cut to pieces around the eyes, and he lost his title in 2.5 rounds. Singletary is a year younger than Minter, 28. He comes from Joe Frazier's gym in Philadelphia. That's a tough camp. He's lost only once, and he's never been put on the floor. Singletary has been professional for 6 years. He's fought only one southpaw before, a man called James Parks, back in '77, and Singletary beat him on points. Singletary, of course, this is the chance of a lifetime. If he were to beat Minter, he'd be in line for a world title shot himself. He's never fought anybody quite in the class of Minter before, but he really could make a name for himself tonight, and you can bet he'll be trying for all he's worth. Minter blinking a bit, his right eye seems to have been just reddened a bit. It was his left eye that gave him trouble against Hagler. Hagler, of course, was a southpaw like his. And Minter has a little smile to himself at the end of that first round, as much as to say, well, I've got those 3 minutes out of the way, and that's one little bit of the ordeal over. He looks a bit red round the right eye. He caught 1 or 2 punches there, and of course in the past he has suffered to some extent, considerable extent, with cuts. He's had 7 defeats in his career, Minter, and every time they've come about, those defeats, through facial injury.
Seconds out, round 2.
Singletary's been inactive for some time. He hasn't fought since October. He had a fight in Atlantic City in October, and he stopped Bobby Rico Hoy of Detroit in 2 rounds, and he did it with the left hook. The right hand here he's showing against Minter. That's the usual punch with which to handle a southpaw. And the speed of punch from Minter took Singletary by surprise. Minter trying to stay cool at all costs. He lost his head against Hagler, and he lost his title too. Fast fight. Minter trying to keep him on the end of the right and then cross him with the left. Singletary, short, stocky. Boxing just about one class up from anything he's been used to before. Good punch from Minter. Minter looks well trained, lean, sharp. One big worry here must be the eyes. Minter now trying to pick him off. The 1-2, the right left. Singletary probing with that left hand, the flesh around the eyes. Singletary is precisely the sort of fighter one expects to see from Philadelphia. Likes to work close in, stands in close, mauls a bit. Always looking for a fight. Minter's left hand is working well. A cracking left hand towards the end of that round, and you can see the effect of it in Singletary's legs as he goes back to the corner. He got shaken there in the closing seconds, and even for the tough man from Philadelphia, that was a hard punch. The man who's never been down, but shaken right down to his heels by that one. These are the closing seconds again. Watch Minter's left. Good punch to the head there, and look how his right leg went back, taking the shock of that punch. Grease all over the face of Singletary. Roland Dakin may have some of that off if it hasn't melted.
Second down, round 3.
Dakin had a look at the face, but he let it go. Where Minter needs to be careful when the heads come close together inside and punches are flying indiscriminately. That's when cuts start. I can hear Doug Bidwell, Minter's manager, saying the old 1-2. Minter didn't want an easy opponent for his comeback fight. He didn't look for a pushover. He wanted a real test, and he's got it. He feels he has to redeem himself in the eyes of the public. He's back in the same ring, in the same arena, where he lost the world title after only a few months as champion. Advantage, picking his man off again and again with the right and then the left. And Singletary swinging all over the place in frustration, trying to get to Minter. Minter just looking here for a minute as though he might be deciding to have a two-fisted fight of it, and that wouldn't be too wise. Needs to stay cool, keep it at long range if you can. Again, very red around the right eye, but not cut. Nose slightly bleeding. Minter. Singletary claiming him with the left. to the old two-fisted fighting stance. Determined to have a go. Fancies his chance here for a quick finish. I hope he doesn't get careless. All his boxing life, Minter has always been tempted into having a go. He loves to get in there and fight two-fisted. He relishes it, but it can be dangerous. But no cuts so far, after 3 rounds.
Round 4.
The former world champion, Southpaw Minter, who's held British, European and world titles, at this moment holds no title at all. Ernie Singletary, winner of 24 of his 25 pro fights. Minter's had 46. Claiming his man with the right. Singletary, who's never been in any fight that hasn't gone the distance. Minter keeps us at long range. He can't lose it. But he must keep the man out there at a distance. Singletary breathing hard and looking very tired. We're only in the 4th. Is showing boxing skill, a cut above anything that Singletary can offer. Beautiful. For moments there, Singletary was outclassed and he's very nearly beaten. The man was almost out on his feet, Singletary, as he stumbles back to his corner. And the doctor from the board, Adrian Whiteson, has come into that corner either to look at Singletary or to complain about something being used. I think perhaps they were trying to revive him with smelling salts or something similar, and Whiteson was in there like a shot to complain. Whatever it was, it's been put away. And the crowd now begin to take up the name of the former world champion. There's Dr. Whiteson standing there below the ring. Now then,
round 5.
We come to the 6th, the 5th. And Singletary now. How much strength has he got left? He looked out on his feet at the end of the 4th. Minter is looking as though he's going to be the first man to stop Singletary if he keeps this going. Absolutely taking him apart with control punching. Brilliant exhibition by Minter. He's come back with a vengeance. A class above the Philadelphian. And Roland Dakin is going to have to think seriously about stopping this. The man's taking too much. It's a real old-fashioned whipping that Singletary is taking. His legs will hardly hold him up. And this is how tough they breed him in Philadelphia. He won't go down. Comes from the Joe Frazier gym in Philadelphia, and he's got all Frazier's guts. Quest looks hopeless, but still he comes forward. Singletary. Dakin looks close into his eyes. Coming to the end of the fifth. Singletary ends the round being clubbed unmercifully. He's had 2 rounds of fearful drubbing, and he's still standing up there and ready to take some more. You have to admire his courage and strength. The task now looks totally hopeless.
Second down, round 7.
Singletary comes slowly from his corner again. This gives you a sample of just how hard it is to beat some of these really tough American fighters. They don't know the meaning of the word quit. They seem to be able to take punishment endlessly. They don't go down. They're like iron men. These are the guys you have to overcome if you want to get to the top of the ladder. Himself has slowed down considerably. There's a tremendous pace set for the first 4 or 5 rounds. This is the 7th, scheduled for 10. One thing Minter must not do is to allow Singletary to feel that he's got a chance, because he'll fasten onto that like a starving man. Seventh round, finishes it fresh and still full of fight, and has got a lot left for the last 3 rounds. Still determined to make a fight of it, although he's taken more punishment than you or I could live through. Another slip. Pace of the fight, of course, now very much slower than it was 5 rounds ago. It went off at breakneck speed. Didn't look like going the distance at one time. And I began to feel that Roland Dakin would have to stop it in Minter's favour, but Singletary has come through it. Minter's eased off a bit. And so now it's beginning to look like a methodical march now for Minter towards a points win. Still light on his feet, plenty of strength left. And again, Minter brimming with confidence, seeing the chances big. Saw from Minter way back in rounds 4 and 5. A mile in front and going further ahead. Towards the end of that round, Singletary, unfortunately, was reduced to the mere status of a human punching bag.
Second down for 10 in long round.
Stage and a mark of respect for each other before they return to battle. Minter a mile ahead on points. Nothing now except some freak accident or total carelessness can lose him this fight. And Minter has certainly come back and serve notice on the world of boxing that he's still a very serious contender indeed for his old title. Will he be able to persuade Marvin Hagler to get back in the ring with him sometime this year? That'll be the aim. And a little more of this controlled type of boxing against Hagler would do wonders for him. Very nearly as big a cheer as Minter at the end of this. And the seconds run out, and this extraordinarily strong man from Philadelphia has seen it through to the end. Who would have bet on that? Only one winner there. Just a formality now for Dakin to move to Minter and raise his arms, but Roland is savouring the atmosphere a bit, and then up goes Minter's arm, and so the former world champion returns to the ring for the first time since September and stamps himself indelibly again on the leading world's middleweights, and he goes to each side of the ring to receive his acclaim from this Wembley crowd. Alan, you must be well pleased with the way that one went. What a good comeback.
Yeah, I'm very happy, Harry. You know, I had a nice 6 months rest, and it was a little bit of a worried because it's a long time out of the ring. And to come back in front of your own crowd, and I'm very happy with the sort of, the way I went tonight. Yeah, very happy.
You said you'd gone back to school, and it looked at you with the governor all the way through.
Well, you know, when I fought Hagler, I got busted up, and I thought to myself, well, OK, we'll go back to school, we'd learn where I went wrong, we'd plan things. And the only thing we'd done is that we got hard sparring, and instead of having a fight and having a war, we thought we'd keep the fight at long range and don't get involved, and then you don't get busted up. You know what I mean? When I fought Gresham Tonner here, who was an animal, no marks on me. When I fought V20 Firma here, no marks on me. And I fought Hagler here, then I had a war with him and come out all busted up. And I thought, well, against Ernie Singletary, I'll keep the fight at long range, I'll box him and I'll keep moving. And it happened again, you know, and wasn't hurt at all.
You must have a lot of respect for the man's courage. I mean, he took so much and never went down.
He took a lot of punches, you know, but yeah, I give him a lot of respect because, you know, a few years ago, if I would have hit him with punches like that and see him wobble, I would have gone in like a lunatic and tried to finish him. But this time I caught the guy and he went a bit, but then he recovered and he was coming back to me and he was standing on my toes all the time and he was dangerous at all times. So I give him the respect he was due for.